Hey guys, before we start the video, I just want to say thanks for all the support. We hit 3,000 subs, and I appreciate all y'all. With that said, though, a lot of y'all aren't subscribed, so please hit the sub button and put notifications on. With that said, let's get started with the video. We're going over weapons today, in basically on the new patch weapon tier list. So let's get on with it. All right, well, to start off, we're gonna put orb and bow at the top because obviously they're still insane. I think that the bow nerf, all it really did was get rid of the Enlight Nair combo. It didn't really do anything to the other stuff. Like they made them more punishable, but they're still unpunishable, so I don't really think it had much of an effect. As for Orb, like I said, same thing with bow. It's like the punishable stuff that or unpunishable stuff that they made supposedly punishable is still unpunishable. But the Nair combo change was all right actually. Orb actually has like a few differences in the combos, but like it's pretty much the same thing. I don't know. I think these two weapons are just still insane. You could definitely swap either of these. It doesn't really make a difference to me. They're both just insane right now. And then after that, I'd probably go with like, mm, I could see like gauntlets or maybe like spear, something like this. Um, Gauntlet got a D-light change, so Gauntlet D-light's actually a lot more punishable now, and it does a little bit less damage, I think, like two. That was actually a pretty good change because they were just spamming D-light and then getting three hit combos out of it, and now you can actually punish it. Sphere got a decent change. The Sarah's really punishable now, and the D-light's like not insanely unpunishable. Problem with Spear is that it's still pretty insane. Like you get one read, you get insane damage. The neutral on ground is just insane. That the recovery has so many active frames and it covers like everywhere. I think the weapon is still insane, but I think it was definitely a good change. Out of the weapons that got nerfed, I was pretty happy with that one. I think uh, Hammer didn't really get changed at all. I think it's still up here. Like the Nair, it just pretty much hits in the same spot. Like you might notice like one time out of 100 that the Nair doesn't hit where it would have, like maybe even less than that. But like, um, the D light is it didn't get touched. It still hits in the air and then goes into the kill confirm in like dark orange. End light got like a one frame change, but it didn't really do much. And then I'm trying to think if guitars would go here because the guitar nerf I feel like actually hit pretty hard if you think about everything that it did. Um, Basically, like their downlight's not true, and like D-light's jumpable on every character now. Nair into D-light is jumpable in certain spots that it wasn't before. Just whiffing D-light into another D-light doesn't really work anymore. N-light into D-light works like less well. So there's like a lot of things that one D-light nerf changed, and then like side light on guitars being nerfed didn't really matter because most people wouldn't be missing that move in the first place. Um, then I'm gonna put Axe here. I don't know why so many people sleep on Axe. I think Axe is like insane still. Everyone thinks it's like bad, including the Axe mains, and I don't really get that. I'm probably gonna be playing Taros in the next tournament. I think it's like crazy. I don't know if I'd put it. Yeah, I'd probably put it like honestly, I'd put it like right there. And then like they don't really touch Axe, but it's like really good. Everyone wants it buffed, like plays Axe. I don't really get it. I'd probably put blasters after that. And then, well, yeah, we'll put blasters, like that. I think both these weapons are really good. I don't think blasters are low tier like people say. I think blasters and scythe are just like really freaking hard. Like you have to like play insane with them. But I don't think they're bad like everyone seems to think. And then cannon. I'll put cannon here. We'll put we'll put sword like right here, and then lance right here, and great sword there, and then delete this. Yeah, so Cannon is like kind of crazy because you can lose neutral a couple of times and then just get one read and kind of go crazy with it, and pull off some bull crap. It's got a ground pound that hits above it. You can use it on the stage. The Nair is unpunishable and it's a good kill option. It's got quite a few unpunishable moves and like questionable hitboxes. I don't know. I really hate fighting Cannon. And then Lance got like a small buff on platform maps. It'll be a pretty big change, I guess, because like side light, Nair, and light. But Costlix doesn't like platform maps, so we're chilling. Um, Other than that, like the Lance buff was like, eh, like it didn't really do a whole lot because a lot of the times when you hit the Nair like that, you're not going to be able to follow up off of it. It's like super specific. But I mean, it was a good change. I still think Lance is like really good. Like I don't think any weapons in B, A, or S tier are bad. I think Gray Sword is trash. I don't think Gray Sword's really playable right now. In my opinion, I think it's really bad. Sandstorm seems to think it's the best. But I just like I don't see it at all, at all. And then they nerfed Mako Sig, so like I don't see any Gray Sword character being good right now. If you were gonna play like Jaeun maybe for his sword, I guess, but like not for the Gray Sword. Um, yeah. One thing about blasters, I think this weapon is crazy in twos. I think it's in the top, like the highest tier in twos. Like I said, it's just insanely hard to play though. Like you have to be like really good with it. But I think this is like a good. Uh, it's in my opinion, this is the tier list I would have. So I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of like why I think Bow and Orb are still insane and better than pretty much anything else right now. So let me pick an Orb character. So yeah, the changes like look like a lot at first for Orb or Bow because they did a lot. Like they wrote a lot in the patch notes. But if you look at Orb, they nerfed the dare to make it more punishable. But look, like it comes out, you still just jump away. Like you don't have to worry about getting punished at all. They nerfed the Sarah to make it more punishable, but you just drift away, and you don't even have to drift that long. So these moves are just still insane. The only thing that actually did look like it did a decent bit was the Nair nerf because it made it so it's harder to combo off of. Makes a lot of things jumpable or you can move out of the way or whatever. There's still options to get like recovery. You can pretty much get recovery out of it every time, depending on the health. But you can't get Sarah every time anymore, and that's pretty big. Um, and sometimes just not being able to do Nair over and over is also pretty big. But I still think it's insane regardless with that. You miss Dare, you Sarah, whatever. You have a D-Light that covers the ground and the air, and it goes into a true combo. You have an N-Light that hits behind it and it's super active and it's quick and just covers like a lot. The Dare is just literal force field, so this weapon is just still insane. And then you look at like Bow, right?
OG.
And not to mention all the characters that have Bow are insane as well. They have like insane sigs like Koji, Diana, Ember, uh, Kaya. Like that probably doesn't help any. But so you look at D-Light, right? It covers like half the stage. So no matter where you are, if you're in the middle of the map, you can always like hit them with the D-Light on the ground, which makes them want to jump. But then you have N-Light, you have recovery, you have Nair. It's just you have so many options to cover like everywhere on the map. So you're in the middle and they want to be in the air. That's jump Nair. It's unpunishable. They supposedly nerfed it, I think, so it's punishable, but like it's still just disgusting. They supposedly nerfed Dare. I guess I can kind of feel the Dare nerf on the stage, but like who uses this on the stage? Off stage is pretty much the same thing. And then like the only thing it really did do was get rid of like Enlight and Daenerys. That's not true anymore. So you would have to read off of Enlight now at least. But even then, like you Enlight them, they go into the air. What does Bo excel at? It's covering them in the air, you know. So like you do Enlight, you follow them, and you narrow them, or you wait for them to come down, you D-light them or side light them or whatever. So it hasn't really changed the weapon like at all. Like people who play Bo told me like they can usually get a read out of the Enlight anyways, like half the time, and like it's not that big of a deal. Uh, and like not to mention like Koji or like the other characters I named can just easily kill because they just give them all like broken sigs, so it doesn't even struggle to really kill because every single bow character is broken. So yeah, I think I was a lot happier with this patch though. Like the nerfs and buffs than almost any other patch I've seen. I think it was like a step in the right direction, but I don't think it did enough to certain weapons, like bow and orb. But I also think they might have nerfed certain weapons a little wrong. But it was definitely like a good patch overall. I was pretty happy with it. I don't really know why they did what they did with hammer because it pretty much left the weapon the same. I think I saw Remy talk about it actually, where he thinks the grounded version of the Nair should do less damage. I think that'd be a good change. Some stuff like that, like I think they just nerfed it wrong. Like Katars, I wouldn't have done what they did. Like what they did, I felt was the wrong way to nerf it. I would have done like make Enlight more punishable, nerf Sair, and I think that'd be fine. Like if Enlight's punishable, they can't just whiff Enlight into D-Light, and if Sair's nerfed, it gets rid of a lot of the pressure they could have for if you're jumping and off stage and things like that. I think that's all they would have needed to do to Katars. I didn't really like how they changed Katars, so I'm probably not going to play them unless it's into certain matchups. But yeah, if you guys like this kind of video, let me know. I could do a character tier list as well. If there's anything else you guys want to see or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. Peace.